guys, Cass Nelson-Dooley here, author of Heal Your Oral Microbiome, an integrative and functional medicine consultant. Do you have autoimmune disease? Do you have chronic joint pain? Do you have MS or diabetes or lots of food sensitivities? If so, then you really need to know about something called leaky gut or intestinal permeability. Leaky gut may sound a little strange, and if you haven't heard of it before, you definitely need to know about it. The idea with leaky gut is that we have a barrier, just like skin, we have a barrier between our internal world and our external world. And that barrier is also in the gut, right? A lining. And when that barrier is broken down and damaged, it can develop little leaks in it, little holes in it that allow what comes through the intestinal lumen into the bloodstream, where it does not belong. And when it is in the bloodstream, it can set off an immune reaction. It sets off chronic inflammation, systemic inflammation throughout the entire body, and it can trigger all kinds of disease processes. There's a long list of diseases that are related to leaky gut. And you can find more information about it on my blog this month, September 2023, Leaky Gut Testing. So this systemic inflammation caused by leaky gut is so problematic that really if you don't address it, you will have little to no success getting well. It's that bad. It has that big of an impact on the whole body and on the entire immune system. So this is a critically important issue. Integrative and functional medicine has been talking about leaky gut for decades, but now it's really becoming, almost a household word. People know about leaky gut now. Mainstream medical doctors are learning about it, understanding it a little bit more. It's all over the research. This is not a harebrained idea. This is backed up by legitimate scientific and medical research, and it is a player in getting well. So there are tests available for figuring out if you have leaky gut or if your patient has leaky gut. If you're a practitioner, there are blood and urine tests available. If you're a patient, you can sometimes get them directly, like through a direct-to-consumer laboratory, or you can ask your doctor to set up an account and order these tests. So the lactulose mannitol test is the most popular, I'll say the most well-known leaky gut test. It involves taking 2 sugars, like a liquid solution of 2 sugars, and the way that you excrete these sugars in urine can tell us if you have leaky gut or intestinal permeability. It's a perfectly good test. Not everybody likes taking the substance at the beginning. And also, I think there have been some innovations in terms of other, better intestinal permeability tests along the way. So I want to tell you about a very innovative one, speaking of innovation, by precisionpointdiagnostics. This test is called the Advanced Intestinal Barrier Assessment. They are our sponsor this month. And they have developed a novel test that includes blood zonulin, serum zonulin, antibodies, a variety of antibodies to lipopolysaccharide, and histamine and DAO. So zonulin is a very strong and well-researched marker of leaky gut. And these antibodies to LPS are great because they also can give you a sense if bacteria from the gut are breaking through the gut lining and causing an immune reaction. Histamine and DAO, not only do they tell you about histamine excess and histamine intolerance, but they tell you about how healthy the gut lining is. And that's really what we are talking about here, is we want a healthy, plump, juicy gut lining to help ward off and defend us from all of those foreign organisms and substances that are in the outside world. So also, you may be surprised to know that food sensitivity testing can pick up intestinal permeability. And the idea is that in people who have a lot of food sensitivities on a food sensitivity test, it can basically tell you that their gut is so permeable that everything they're eating is making it into their bloodstream and setting off immune reactions. So food sensitivity testing can be helpful for picking up intestinal permeability. There are also blood tests that look at antibodies to zonulin, occludin, actomycin. There are stool tests that look at zonulin. So there's a lot of good tests out there to get a sense if you have leaky gut. I mean, some clinicians just treat for leaky gut. They just assume people have it. But I do think it's ideal to test and see if someone actually has it, to not just dive headlong into a long protocol unless you know that you have leaky gut. And then you can also test and monitor your improvement over time. There's treatments too. This is not a life sentence. This can be reversed. And this is so important when we think about chronic illnesses, right? Because a lot of the diseases that we are told are incurable, have no treatment. You need to be on medications for the rest of your life for the symptoms. That's not always true. And a lot of these diseases can be linked to intestinal permeability. Things like Hashimoto's, thyroiditis, RA, rheumatoid arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, lupus, MS, any number of autoimmune diseases. So we really want to get at this and to treat it. And treatment can bring about results. I would give it time. This isn't an overnight thing, just like you didn't develop intestinal permeability overnight. It's not going to be fixed and reverse your chronic illness overnight. But, I think 6 to 12 months is pretty reasonable. Most people will see improvements in that amount of time and how they're feeling. And so treatments, specific treatments, are diet, getting on an anti-inflammatory diet, getting off of gluten, that can really help, getting off of any food allergens. So just getting on a diet that helps calm down the gut so it can do some healing. Also, there's a lot of great supplements out there, things like glutamine, aloe, deglycyrrhizated licorice or DGL. There's many supplements that are designed to heal and seal leaky gut. Vitamins are really important, getting the gut lining healthy and strong and resistant to infection and able to repair itself. Probiotics are important. And you can read about all of these in my blog, Leaky Gut Testing. I've also spoken on this topic many, many times before. I have multiple videos. I have patient education videos about this. So it's a favorite topic of mine. So all in all, if you have an autoimmune disease, if you have systemic inflammation, if you have chronic pain, you need to know about leaky gut. You and your practitioner need to test for leaky gut, and you need to treat leaky gut. And in this way, you'll be addressing one of the potential underlying causes of chronic illness. You will calm down systemic inflammation. You will calm down the immune system. Your lab results will start to get healthier and better, and you will feel a lot better. So good luck, and comment below. We'll see you next time.